Good morning, good morning. It's Amy Yamada here on my Holidaily Chat with Amy. And yes, I have these sparkly antlers that I'm so excited about. I'm gonna go with the winter white theme. And just wanted to first of all say happy Friday. And if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Amy Yamada, welcome. And I help entrepreneurs to deeply connect with themselves, their vision, and their audience so that you can make the impact and the income that you've always wanted. So if you're just now joining me, happy holidays. Welcome to Holidaily. Hi, Shauna. And yes, I just want some hearts and some love for this fabulous, these fabulous antlers that I'm wearing. It's so fun. They even have bells on them. So if you shake them around, they've got these fun bells. You know, because life is about having fun. And I just can't believe that we're getting so close to the holidays and whatever it is that you celebrate, whether it's Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, I just want to wish you a very happy holiday season and a happy Friday. Welcome, Kate. Yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Shauna. I know, right? I think it's super fun. When I found these, especially with the sparkles, I thought, this is fabulous. This must happen. So how's everybody doing today? Oh, thank you. Oh, hi, Milo. Happy holidays. I just want to know, what does everybody do for the holiday season? Do you have any special traditions or things that either that you brought from your childhood up until now, or new traditions that you have with your families and friends? Every year for me, some of the things I really look forward to is that I have one circle of girlfriends that we call each other the peas, as in peas in the pod. We've known each other for, almost 18 years now. And we used to work together in the radio world, forever ago. And we worked together just long enough. I started when a couple of them were still working there, and then they moved on. There was just a short stint where there were actually 5 of us that worked together in the radio world. But it was just enough time for us to start a friendship amongst this circle. And it became the peas, like peas in a pod. And so every year, one of my favorite things that we do during the holiday season is we get together, just the girls, just the peas, and we do a gift exchange. And so this Sunday, they're coming over to my place, and that's what we're doing. And I just love holiday traditions like that. I love just getting together with people you absolutely love and adore. And then this year, I will also be, of course, spending time with family and Ken and his kids. And so all sorts of festivities coming up. Kate says, so good, cleaning and clearing clutter to make space for a Christmas tree and presents. Yes, this is a good weekend for those who have not yet put up a tree and gotten things ready. This is a great weekend to do that. And just be grateful for the holiday season. It comes and goes so quickly, except for the grocery stores where they start it, before Halloween, it seems. But anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, thanks. Happy Friday. So I was thinking about something that comes up a lot in the entrepreneurial journey, which is all around the word abundance. And it's really interesting because as I have been working with hundreds of entrepreneurs over the last handful of years, one thing I've noticed is that even when we have the right strategy in place, or even when we take steps in these strategies to attract clients to fulfill on their coaching services or whatever services you provide, it can be easy to be on this roller coaster of the mindset around abundance. And what I notice is that I just find that there's so many people that are in pain around this very topic. And instead of actually doing the very thing that they can do to really shift that, they're nose to the grindstone, or whatever the phrase is, and just working like worker bees. And they're wondering why the results are not where they want them to be. And of course, I can recognize this because I've been there myself, where I just thought, if I just work hard, if I just work through the weekends, if I just work nights, then it'll happen. And even early on when I used to, a lot of you heard my story, where I used to juggle many things, having 2 businesses, a bunch of side projects. I just thought, if I do all these things, surely the result will be abundance. I'm working harder than anybody I know, and I'm doing all these things. So why is it not happening for me? And I would get to this point where I would find myself running myself into the ground, usually getting sick because I didn't really take care of myself. And I was like, what is my problem? What's wrong with me? I think I'm a good person. I think I work really hard. But it was just, I was doing the opposite of what needed to happen in order for me to attract abundance. So first of all, I just wanted to see how many of you have like a really big vision for 2018. Like just click on some hearts or say, yes, that's me, I'm ready for a big 2018. And then I can say hello to some of you. So Shauna says, okay, for traditions, Nutcracker, ballet, and many of the small local celebrations I can make it to. Tree lighting, Santa, yes, it's so fun. Yeah, so I'm seeing some hearts. So if you're ready for just a massive breakthrough in 2018, just say, yes, I'm ready. Hey, Justine. And here's the thing, like, it's really important to look back on your year and first of all, give yourself credit for what you have done. Like what has worked really well for you. Like if I look back on my year, what has worked really well for me was that early on the year, I added 2 people to my team. And that was really stretchy at the time. Like I was like, I know that in order for me to take things to the next level, one of my my online business manager actually moved up in a role with me to becoming a support coach alongside me, but that left a really big gap open to find the right person. And in order to really fulfill all the things that she was doing and expand my company, it was about bringing on 2 people onto my team. Super stretchy, right? But that was something that worked really well because then I had one person focusing on accounts receivables and one person becoming my executive assistant and really fulfilling that role with project management and administrative tasks. So yes, definitely. Okay, so Justine says that's exactly what I'm about to do. It's terrifying. Oh, I don't know if I'm following. Wait. Okay. I don't know if I'm following what you're saying, Justine. It's terrifying. What's terrifying? I don't know. Going for a big game in 2018. So anyway, my point is that, okay, that's my train of thought. See, I always want this to be a conversation. I'm like, I want to know what you're saying. So exciting. So my point is just really thinking about, okay, what worked well this past year. So you can even type in below, type in the comments, like think of what's one of the best things that you did this year. Like what was the best investment, or if you expanded your team like I did, or if you launched something new, or if you launched your business, like if you decided to join a program, like a coaching program or an experience or like what's the best thing that you did this year? Just to give an example, I would love to see what it was. Justine says, about to hire my new person. Oh yeah, I get it. So as I've added new team members, like every time it's like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Because it's another commitment of like a monthly investment, you know? So, but yes, to have that abundant mindset, it is really great to focus on team. I do have a specific thing I'm gonna cover today around abundance, but I first wanted to start the conversation and see what was the best thing that you did this year to grow your business. Kate says, letting go of extraneous work commitments that were diffusing my focus. Yeah, definitely. I can so relate to that. You know, I think about how I used to take on everything, right? I managed every single part of my business. And if you think about it, like at the beginning of launching my business, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm just gonna be a solo entrepreneur. I'm gonna handle everything. And if I can just get to $10,000 a month, I'll be happy. And it'll just be my own little solo roller coaster ride, you know? And at the same time, as I started to grow, I realized how much was on my plate. And at some point, I made a list of all the things I was doing. Actually, this is a really great exercise to do, whether you're doing everything still, or if you have a team like I do. I actually did this exercise the other day. I'm like, you know, I know that I'm ready to take things to the next level, which I know part of that typically means bringing on another team member. So if you make a list of all the things that you yourself are doing in your business, and then look at that list, and then think about if I could just focus on 2 to 3 of these things that were totally me and delegated all the rest to somebody else, what would that look like? How would that feel? How would that shift my daily life? How could I expand my vision, my purpose, my impact, my message, my mission, right? So even when I did that the other day, I still had a list. Like it wasn't 2 to 3 things. I still had, you know, maybe 10 things, but that was much better than the 60 things I used to have on there, you know? So all that being said, I want you to, or I invite you to look back at your year and ask yourself, what has gone really well? And what's the number one thing that I did? Like, what was the best thing I did? And go ahead and type it below. Kate says the Zone event. Yeah, that was an awesome event. That's actually where I got to meet you, Kate, and a lot of you who watched the show. And it was an honor to speak on that stage. I mean, I will never forget that moment of being behind the scenes. Like for any of you who have been on stages for anything, being behind the scenes and having them play this video on the big screens. And I was back there with Shanda Sumter. And, you know, I felt so blessed to be in this moment where I was about to take the stage in front of a lot of people that I knew, like, 700 to 800 people, a lot of whom I have known for the last year or 2 or 3, colleagues of mine in my mastermind, clients of mine who I've coached the last year or 2. And so here I am behind the scenes. Just a quick story. I wasn't planning on sharing this, but I was behind the scenes. They're playing the video, and as soon as people heard my voice on the video, they started to cheer. And I had that moment where I was like, where I just felt so much love and so much warmth and so much of a warm embrace that it was the perfect event for me to speak in front of the largest audience that I've ever spoken on in front of, in that capacity. And, it really meant the world to me to be able to serve that audience and then step onto that stage and have such a warm welcome, and to know that I did what it took to get to that point in my journey. Everything from growing my business to honing in on my message to hiring a top-notch speaking coach to prepare me for that particular event. And I knew that I wasn't going to have notes or PowerPoint or anything. It was just me and the audience. But I thought, you know what? This is my thing. I deeply connect. So this is my opportunity. And the key thing was that I prepared enough. Like I probably over prepared, but I prepared so much for that opportunity because I knew that I was there to serve the audience, and I didn't want to just be another speaker, that didn't deliver. So anyway, all that being said, it was just an amazing, amazing moment. It was one of those moments I will never forget in my lifetime. It was just really incredible. So anyway, yeah, Kate, it was so great meeting you there. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity. So to bring it back to the theme today of abundance, when I was thinking about this topic this morning and thinking about how oftentimes I will see entrepreneurs work themselves into the ground, like endless hours, and get to the point of breakdown. Like there's times when I've talked to entrepreneurs on the phone or on Skype or in person where their emotions are so close to the surface that as soon as I ask them, like, how are you doing? What are you focusing on? They burst into tears. They're just like, it's so at the surface. And this growth, this personal development journey, the entrepreneurial journey is a personal development journey. It can bring up so much stuff that people don't plan on. They think, I'm gonna launch a business and focus on my passions and I'm so excited about this. And they don't realize that throughout the journey of growth, it will bring up things, and some people overcome them quickly. Others, it's a process. And I get it, and sometimes the emotions can come up, and what I've heard some of my beautiful entrepreneurial clients say when they're in this moment, they're like, what's wrong with me? I'm sorry I'm crying. I don't know what's wrong with me. And maybe I'm not cut out for this. And they just wear their heart on their sleeve. And my heart goes out to them, and I smile because I know the feeling. I know the feeling intimately. And I tell them what I am here to tell all of you is that this is your opportunity to break through. If you are stuck and feeling blocks around abundance and growing your business and attracting clients, who am I to think I can do this can come up for everybody, everyone. And it comes up at every stage of stretching yourself. I think that's why some people get to a certain point, like, okay, this is my ceiling, I'm good. But when we're stagnant, we're unhappy. When we're stuck, when we're blocked, when we think that there's no more, like there's nothing further, then that's when I believe that we're unhappy. And, I just saw, when Facebook shows you a reminder of things from like the last year or 5 years ago, I popped on and I was looking at these memories. And one of them was, it was a little cartoon that I shared. And there are these 2 little characters. And one of them was looking at the other one that was holding something. He was like, where did you get that? And he's holding this jar and he said, I created it. And the jar said happiness on it. And I remember sharing that cartoon, and I thought, that is so true. There's people who see others who are just like, gosh, you're so successful, you seem happy, you seem to have it all together. First of all, you never know what's going on behind the scenes, but also this little character with a jar that said happiness, and he's like, I created it. And I thought about that this morning because I'll have moments where I'm like, usually I'm a happy-go-lucky person, but I have my moments where I'm like, God, I'm not feeling my A game today, or I feel a little bit stagnant, or something's not happening. And then I take a moment, and then this morning I was taking that moment and thinking about that silly cartoon, and I thought, we get to create happiness. I get to create my own happiness. You get to create your own happiness. So if you're not happy right now, or if you're not at peace with yourself, just know that you and I, we get to create it ourselves. And it can shift in an instant if you allow it. Now, if you're going through something really difficult, I'm just intuitively tapping in, somebody who's watching this right now or watching the replay is going through something really painful. Whether it's a loss in your life or maybe it's something that's a heartbreak, I'm just sensing it, then it's not about forcing happiness. You know, I do believe that we get to authentically move through whatever it is we're meant to move through. And, you know, when I was thinking about even the biggest life-changing experience of my life, which was losing my mom, I was thinking about this. You know, when you watch a movie or a show and they take you to a moment where you can connect with the characters so much because you've been in that experience? I was watching a show last night as I was taking a little downtime, and there was this mother that was visiting her grown son who was on life support and in a coma. And while I've done a lot of healing around this, I did feel that feeling in my heart of remembering what it was like to be in the ICU visiting my mother when she was in that state. And the tubes and the machines, and I mean, for any of you who've ever been in that situation, it's hard. You know, it's really hard to see someone you love so much in that condition and feel so helpless and wonder why this is happening now in my life. And so my point is, if that's you, if whatever you're going through, if you're going through something painful, or if you're facing yourself and you're like, I don't know if I can do this, or if you're going through heartache, just all I ask is that you honor where you are and allow yourself to process whatever it is you're processing. If you need to cry, if you need to talk to a friend, see a counselor, whatever it is, just allow yourself. So when I say choose happiness, I also believe in being authentic to yourself and feeling whatever it is you're meant to feel, because pain is a part of life too. And when we allow ourselves to experience the deep pain, then we have that contrast of knowing what it's like to experience great joy. So I just want to honor anyone who's in that space right now, especially during the holiday season. I know it can bring up a lot of things for people. And, you know, for me, it was right before Thanksgiving 2010 that I lost my mom. So I have my own stuff that comes up around this time, you know, but over the years, what I'm grateful for is that when I allow myself to feel, or if I get, you know, emotional and thinking about my mom, I miss her so much. But I allow myself to feel what I'm meant to feel in the moment. And then I shift to gratitude and think about how blessed I was and still am to have had the most amazing mother in my life. You know, just growing up, like, she was present for everything. She was a teacher. She was nurturing, kind, loving, beautiful soul of a person. And while she wasn't as long as I would have liked, I'm so grateful that I got to have her as my mom. So I just want to share that with you. For anyone who's going through anything painful, just know that I'm sending you so much love and compassion, and know that we're all in this life together. You know, you're not alone. So yes, absolutely. Just want to say hi to Margaret and Kate. Making space for all of the emotions will allow room in the heart for happiness to grow. Yes, Kate, so true. Hi, Heather. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so to bring it back though, I do believe that when we are in a space where we're not going through something like that, but we're just feeling a little bit blocked and feeling like, gosh, here I am, close to the end of the year. I'm not where I want to be. And there can be some self-judgment, some self-beat up. And so if that's you, or even if not, if you're just wanting to shift, then I invite you to remember the little cartoon I was talking about. The one saying, how did you get that? And then the other one holding the jar of happiness and said, I created it. So you get to create your happiness, and you also get to create your abundance. So here's what I wanted to share with you today. As I was doing a little bit of meditation this morning, which admittedly I don't do every day, but I get to shift that. I was just in this quiet, beautiful, meditative space, and I just let go of all the busyness in my head, even though I hate that word, but just the talk, just like, okay, just let it go and just open myself up to receive. And it's funny because my mom's presence must be really here with me today, but I actually heard her voice, and it was something that she used to say all the time. And because, I think sometimes when I'm thinking about what I get to focus on today, like what's the theme for today, or what is something that I can do to really open myself up to abundance, not just financially, but with love and friendship and generosity and like all the things that I love to be abundantly minded around. And I heard my mom's voice, and she said, you know what to do. You know exactly what to do. You just need to do it. And it was something she would always say to me, even as an adult, if I would ask her for advice on something like, Mom, I'm in this situation, I just want to know, like, what would you do, or what's your advice? And she was really an amazing mom. Like, she would just say, like, it's like, Amy, I would tell you, but you already know. Like, you already know what to do. And so it's just one of those life mottos that whenever I have self-doubt or feel like, who am I to think I can do this? Or how am I going to create that next level of abundance so I can grow my team, create opportunities, give back in a massive way, create experiences? I think about that very phrase. And I believe it. Like, if I really just drop into my heart and hear her voice and hear that phrase of, you know what you need to do, you just need to do it. And so as I was in my meditation this morning, I was hearing this and I was focusing on the word abundance, because I have a big vision. I mean, I have a big 7-figure vision for next year. And there's a part of me that's like, who am I to think I can do this, And I thought, okay, so then I opened myself up to receive what is it that I know I need to do, and I just need to do it. And the voice that came to me was like, you've got this. And instead of getting back into the old way of being in a hustle, you get to practice self-care. You get to remember who you are and practice self-worthiness. Because as I mentioned, I believe on last Friday's Holidaily, your life is a reflection and an embodiment of your belief system. So if there's something that's not happening, or if you've hit a plateau in your enrollment process, if you're in sales right now, or if you've hit a spot where things are not, moving fluidly, like water in a river, then it's like there's something within you, there's something within me, if that's happening, that is not in flow. So I thought to myself, gosh, this is so funny because it's exactly what I teach, right? I get up in my head and I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's coming up for me? And it's like, okay, it's my mom's voice that's just saying, you know what you need to do, you just need to do it. And then it was all about self-care. It was all about intimacy and slowing down, being present in the moment, not feeling rushed, not feeling like I've got to cram in all these things in the day, but instead taking my time and then practicing generosity. So for those of you who are wanting to attract more abundance and you're thinking about what it is that you offer, then instead of like, I need to make sales, I need to get on more calls, I need to, just go, I invite you to think about what is really going on here. And are you really taking the time to align with your authentic being and trust yourself and value your offerings and knowing what it is that you get to put out there in the world? And then thinking about, who do you believe that you're offering, your package, your program, your services, your opportunities, who do you believe that your offerings will make a difference for? And then allow the people to come to you. There'll be people that probably immediately come up to into your mind and in your heart. Like when that happens, like when I just allow myself, I get to remind myself, because this is probably like one of the most golden nuggets that I can give you right now, is that when you allow yourself to receive and think about the people you know that you can help, even when you have an assumption, that little voice that's like, I don't know if that friend of yours or that colleague of yours or that past client or that person that you talked to a month ago, I don't know if that person's going to say yes to do. I don't know if they're going to step into what you're offering. That is just a little voice that's keeping you safe and keeping you small. And I believe we should not be making decisions or assumptions about other people and making decisions before we even offer that to them. I would hate it if somebody took away my ability to make a decision, right? So if these people are coming to your mind that you believe that your offering will make a difference for, why would you not be abundantly minded and pick up the phone and either text them, call them, Facebook message them, LinkedIn, whatever form of communication, but even old school, picking up the phone, smiling and dialing, and just say, hey, I was just thinking about you, and first of all, I wanted to catch up with you, see how you're doing, and I have an idea for you. And just not let the limiting beliefs stop you from being generous and being abundantly minded, not just for yourself, but for the person you're talking to, because what you have just may be the very thing that they need in order to go towards their vision. So it's just about tapping into your heart and your soul and your mind, your being, and just trusting that you know exactly what you need to do. You just need to do it. Welcome, Eduardo. Oh, I'm so happy to have you here. I miss you. So I'd love to know what is one thing. So this is something that I share with my clients when we're either at a mastermind event or retreat. Like, what's one thing that you could do today that would attract abundance into your life? And just type it in below. Type it in. What's one, just drop in. Like don't buy into any I don't know syndrome, right? Drop into your heart and just think about, if my vision is this, What is the number one thing, the top priority thing? Maybe it's something you've been avoiding, and that's probably the thing you should do. But what's one thing that you can do today that will help you move towards your bigger vision? And comment below right now. And if you want to take it a step further, you can actually make a declaration and a commitment today. Say, I commit to doing this today. And allow it to be something that you're not already planning on doing. Allow it to stretch you. Allow it to get you out of your comfort zone. Kate says, reach out to my list. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. So, this is where you can think about, like, what are you going to say to your list? So for those of you who have an email list or an audience, what are you going to say to them? And what would make the biggest difference for them? What's the next step for them? What else? I would love to hear more of you. I see a nice turnout today. So what's one thing that you're committed to doing today? Just go ahead and type it below. For me, I have several phone calls today with some incredible entrepreneurs, and I just got to keep it really transparent. Like, they are potential clients for my Powerhouse opportunity as well as my VIP program. And I go into these calls. They're both people that I've spoken with before. I'm going into these calls totally unattached. And unattached to whether or not they say yes if I make an offer, but 1,000% committed to making a difference for them any way that I can. I love getting on calls with new people or following up with people that I've been talking to, because I know that we've connected for a reason. And while this may be the only time we connect in our lifetime, or we may work together for a year or 2 years or 90 days, I'm just excited for the opportunity and the honor of speaking with them. So so I want to see more declarations. I know it's kind of okay, Justine says, try my own Facebook Live today. Yes, Justine, woohoo! I loved having you on yesterday, Justine. I love the question you asked. I know you're an artist, and you were asking me if I've ever worked with artists, and I love artists. Actually, one of the women I'm talking to today is an artist, and I'm really excited to talk to her because she does artistic healing, and we were talking about how I helped her to create these artistic healing sessions. Her name is Cecilia. And so she creates these amazing opportunities for people to actually have therapeutic healing through art and expression through art. And she lives in the Palm Springs area. And I was like, gosh, if you created a 2-day experience where people could fly into Palm Springs and be in your presence and have this artistic healing experience, talking about an abundant experience, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, awesome. So Justine, so what time are you going to do your Facebook Live, right? It's just owning it, deciding it. Another thing that you could do for those of you who are wanting to do Facebook Lives like Justine is today, if you want to do them, at first, if you've never done one, just be courageous enough to just try it. It's fun. It's a way for you to connect with people. It's just talking, by the way. Whenever people ask me about how I'm okay with putting myself out there in this way. Especially in this ridiculous fun way. But also when I speak on stages and that kind of thing, I get it. It's a vulnerable experience. At the same time, we talk to people every day. And so the way I look at it is that this is just another form of talking to people. It may be on an elevated platform on some level, or if you speak on a stage, just remember that it's just talking. And I think what comes up for most of us is that, yes, but I'm in front of a lot of people and there's lights on me and I'm amplified, and that's scary. And so it's just, in any of these situations, it's about watching what's coming up for you. Okay, Kate says, today I commit to calling the 3 people that I think I can make a difference for with my new coaching offering. Awesome, that is so great. Let's see, Justine, that is so cool. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, Justine, you and Cece should connect. I always think that when you find like-minded people, then you should connect and help each other out. Kate says, sounds like an amazing art healing experience. Yes, I know. I'm thinking about going to it. I think it'd be so fun. Justine says 1 p.m. Okay, awesome. Okay, so what I was going to say about Facebook Lives, Justine, and anyone who wants to do Facebook Lives. First of all, don't get caught up if nobody shows up. Just do your thing and know that people can watch the replay. Also, as you continue to grow, if you decide to do it on a regular basis, it's good to do it on some consistent basis. So even if it's once a week, or, for the holiday season, I've been obviously doing this holidaily. But if you decide to do it on a consistent basis, then think about what is the theme for your weekly Facebook Live? And then think about every connection point you have with people to let them know when it's happening, what's happening, and invite them there. So it's a really great way to, even though I don't have a massive following yet on my Facebook Lives, what I've noticed is over time, even if I have a small group on the live, is that there's a lot more people watching it in the replay, And then when I'm jumping on calls with people, whether they're existing clients or they're coming to my Powerhouse retreat or they're new people that I'm connecting with, they actually share with me, they're like, oh my gosh, I've been watching all of your holidailies, or I watch the replay of it every day. And sometimes I believe that when we're doing things virtually, we put things out there and we're like, is anyone even watching? Does anyone even care? But the feedback that I've been getting has been amazing. So my point is, if you decide to do it on a regular basis, or even if you're doing it once, I mean, Justine, you could even post and say, I'm going to be on live at 1 p.m. and make sure you put the time zone, right? So if it's 1 p.m. Pacific, for example, I'm going to be on at 1 p.m. Pacific and here's the theme, and you can even say, like sometimes I'll say, hey, for my entrepreneurial peeps, So if you want to say who it's for, so you can say, hey, art lovers or what have you, just say, today I'm going to be on, at 1 p.m. Pacific and here's what I'm covering, and invite people. And then you can even personally invite people, you can email people, you can private message them and just say, hey, or even ask family and friends or current clients, like, hey, could you support me? I'm going to do a 10 to 30 minute, Facebook Live, and it's my first one. Would you mind coming and just like showing me some love? Like, it's just nice to build that confidence up. It's so fun. Okay, let's see. Kate says, what do you call that light that you use? The ring? Okay, yeah. So what I'm facing right, so ideally, you have good lighting for your videos. Okay, so if I didn't have lighting, this is what it would look like. Normal and lighting. So especially for those of you who live in dark places, like even though I'm facing a window, like if you live in a bright place, you can face a window and have that natural lighting. But if you don't, it's really great to get lighting that works for you. And I have what's called, I don't know if this is exact, but you can type this into Google. It's called a Diva light ring. So it actually looks like a ring, like it's like a light ring, and then has a place to put your phone in that it clamps on it. And then, and you can adjust the height, you can adjust the lighting. So you can actually see if I play with these little knobs, then I can play with lighting. And here for cool tones, I'm blue. So yeah, so Diva Light Ring is one of the best investments I've made for doing videos. And you can actually condense it so if you want to travel with it. I mean, it is fragile, but it comes with like a little case, and it is excellent for doing videos, and it just adds a professionalism. So yeah, so type in Diva Light Ring. I think I have like the 2 model, like Diva Light Ring 2, but it was originally designed for makeup artists that do YouTube channels, I believe. And so when they show how to do makeup, they want to make sure the lighting was great. So I'm grateful for the makeup artist that said, we need this. So yeah, it's a great question. Fernanda, I love your name, Fernanda. Definitely make some calls that have been avoiding to show my work. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah, isn't it funny how sometimes the very thing that we know we need to do and get to do, we avoid. Like the number one priority that we know is the best thing we can do to attract abundance and move towards our vision, we can sometimes do this, and there's a little self-sabotage, and I smile because I've been there, and I sometimes revisit that feeling. But yeah, just do it, like my mom used to say, you know what you need to do, you just need to do it. And in all my, over the years, I love to change my language. So instead of saying I need to, I say I get to, or I'm blessed to, or I choose to. So Fernanda, you get to make some calls today. Like, you get to. How cool is it that, I mean, I even geek out on like how I still amazed about how we have telephones. Like, I mean, even old school phones, but the fact that we have cell phones where we have this tiny little device where we can talk to anyone in the world or live stream or have videos, I'm still amazed and so grateful that in this day and age, I can talk to anyone, anywhere around the world with this amazing device and hear them or see them in real time. I mean, let's just have some gratitude around that. Justine says, great idea. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so this is the Ask Amy. I wish I had a jingle. Ask Amy time of the show. So this is your chance to ask me anything. I always love to answer your questions, provide some free coaching for you. So this is your opportunity to think about, okay, where am I feeling pain in my business, or what's one area that I could use some support on in my business, whether it's in marketing or messaging or sales or building team. There are so many topics that I love to cover here. I mean, at the core of it, it's all around really owning your message and deeply connecting with your audience. I mean, that's what I'm all about. And what I've found is that so often people are not clear with their message, which is to me the foundation of everything to grow this abundance, to really maximize and amplify your message, and to attract the right clients into your business. Kate says, you need a jingle with a trigger button. Yeah, totally, right? Especially during my holiday. I mean, So fun. So yeah, what are your questions? What can I help you with? And in the meantime, if this has been helpful for you, I invite you to click on the share button and then also put in a personal note. Like when you share something, then people might see it, but when you actually put a personal note of something that you got out of this video, of this holidaily, or something that you know will help others, then you're paying it forward. So go ahead and click on the share button, put a little personal note, and pay it forward, because you just never know if something that we shared today can help somebody else. Also, if my way of being, my coaching has resonated with you, I would love to invite you to imagine, especially for those of you, I mean, this is for the ladies, so I know I do work with men as well, but I do have this special experience that's just for the ladies. We do still have some spots available in my most exciting, epic entrepreneurial journey, which is called Powerhouse. Some of you have heard me talk about it. Some of you are already coming, super excited. And Powerhouse is a combination of a 90-day program. So every single week over the course of 3 months, we're jumping on a Zoom call. So there's just an intimate group of powerhouse women entrepreneurs. We're jumping on a call. We're sharing our declarations for the week, our commitments for the week. You're getting coaching from me personally so that you can have your next big breakthrough within a condensed time. Like it's like an intensive breakthrough experience over the course of 90 days. And we're flying to Florida, to Captiva Island in late February. So it's coming up in a couple of months, not that far away. We're gonna jump on a plane and go to this amazing, amazing mansion on the ocean. It is stunning. You can go to powerhouseretreat.com. I'll go ahead and pop it down in the link below. But powerhouseretreat.com can show you, you'll see like an aerial view and images of this gorgeous, gorgeous place. And so if my coaching has resonated with you, and you're just like, gosh, I've already had a breakthrough even in this one Facebook Live, or I know some of you have been watching all of them. I love getting on the phone with you and you're like, I've been watching all of your holidailies, or I was just going over my notes from yesterday's holidaily and I'm implementing it today. Like, this is how I coach. Like, this is what I do. Except, of course, when we're on a Zoom call or a phone call, we can actually, have a back and forth real conversation, and I can coach you in the very area that you need the most help. And then imagine flying out to this beautiful place where we're all staying in this house together. It's gonna be so much fun. It's like live like a millionaire coach, like for a week, well, technically 5 days, 4 nights. We're gonna get up in the morning, have our coffee, do Facebook Lives if we want to. We've got yoga or workouts in the morning, a personal chef. We'll have our, it's just gonna be a total bonding experience. And while we're there, we're gonna be super productive. It's gonna be the most fun and productive experience you'll ever have, or so far. So we're gonna have everything from business masterminding, coaching with me. I've got Olga Plastino, my photographer, branding, website expert, is gonna be there. You'll have access to her. We'll have masterminding. So as a group, we'll be masterminding and sharing what are the main things that we've been focusing on that have really made a difference in our businesses. And we'll actually have time while we're there to work on our businesses. So sometimes when you go to these events that are just packed back to back to back to back, I have found that I wish I had space in between to actually start to implement some things I've learned. So I thought, why not just create it? So I decided to create it, and it's going to be an amazing, amazing experience. And just imagine if in the next 3 months that you finish the year strong, and then the 3 months where you decide and declare, I'm committed to having this breakthrough in business and having the guidance and the support and the highest level of accountability for you to get there. That's what Powerhouse is all about. It's gonna be so much fun. So if I resonate with you and what I'm describing resonates with you, and you're just like, I don't know if this is like the next step for me, but there's something about it that intrigues me, then I invite you to go to powerhouseretreat.com or reach out to me and ask me questions. And just notice what comes up for you, because some of you are like, oh, it sounds amazing, but I probably shouldn't, or I don't know, like sounds like a big investment, this and that and the other. Like, just notice what comes up for you, because we have these limiting beliefs, these resistance that can come up when an opportunity presents itself, and then it keeps us small and safe. I personally choose to make decisions that are in line with my vision, and always believing and trusting that there's a way to make it happen. Even when I have no idea how, I've always found a way. It's amazing. So, okay. Justine says, I've been thinking about hosting a retreat, and I'd love to know more about the beautiful one you've created. How did you start your retreats? Awesome. So I've done actually retreats before, and then now I'm taking it to a whole new level. So first and foremost, I think about, who is the retreat for? Who do I want to help? Who do I want to serve? Who is it for? And what's my why behind it? and what is the big takeaway that I want people to have. So first, it's about really thinking about who is it for, what do they want, what are their struggles, that kind of thing, and what do I want to create in order for them to overcome this to get here. So for example, and welcome Cece, I was just talking about you, girl. I was talking about your artistic healing experiences. I was just talking about that, and you and Justine get to become friends. Artists unite. So Justine, you were asking about retreats. So first of all, think about who it's for, what do you want to help them with, what do you want them to experience, and then think about what is their desired result. So first and foremost is about deeply knowing your ideal clients and your audience. What do they want? What do they struggle with? What are their pain points? What do they want to experience? And then think about how you can create the retreat. So first think about what is it that you're creating? This is all, it always comes back to my create, connect, offer system. Creating this magical experience, thinking about creating your ideal customer, who's your ideal client, so really describe that person, create your message around what it is, and then create the actual, plan for this experience. So for example, where do you want to have it? What time of year? Create the offering. The retreat is the offering. What does the pricing and packaging look like? What do they receive as a part of it? The next step, and then I'm kind of going through just an overview, but the next step is to connect. So that's about connecting with your ideal clients. Who do you believe that your retreat will make a difference for? So even right now, myself and my team are reaching out to people. I feel blessed with lots of people that have connected with me, that have been inquiring about it, that have been inquiring about what it looks like to work with me. So I'm one person, so I have a couple other people that are helping reach out to people and share with them. So it's all about connection, connecting with your ideal clients for what it is you're offering, and then make the offer, and then have, and then it's about having things in place like your agreement, your waiver. Make sure you have a waiver. I'm not an attorney, so I can't advise you legally, but what I can recommend is that you speak to an attorney about having an appropriate contract, a waiver, things that just don't, make sure that you're not held responsible if they, something happens at the retreat. So just to protect yourself and to protect them. And just have a really great plan in place. And if you haven't done events before, then talk to somebody who's done events. Talk to myself, talk to someone that you know in the events industry. Kate says she heard, Cece heard me talking about her. That's so funny. Hi, Fidel. Awesome. Hi, Judy. So Cece, okay, I'm just gonna give you a little shout out. I was talking about how we talked about you having creating an artistic healing experience in Palm Springs. I just want to know, totally lovingly putting you on the spot. Have you committed to this? I want to know if you're doing this, because if you are, I'm going to give you a shout out right now and talk about it. Okay. Hi, Alondra. Welcome, Alondra. Justine says, amazing. Thank you so much. So does anyone have any other questions for me? And then of course I'm waiting for Cece to answer my question. I want to know her declaration. Oh my gosh, I've gone so long today. Time flies when you're having fun. Normally I go 25 to 30 minutes, but you got to go with the flow. Any other questions? Okay, awesome. Okay, so Cece. So Cece, for those of you who don't know Cece, I invite you to friend request her. She can decide if she accepts your friend request. Cece is an incredible artist. When I have seen Cece's art, I've been blown away. It brings up just a beautiful emotion within me. I think she's so talented. Her presence is incredible. She's a healer for sure. So we've been talking about her, she's done these incredible experiences with people, and she's creating I believe it's a 2-day, so correct me if I'm wrong, a 2-day experience for you to have an artistic healing experience. So I believe it's going to be in Palm Springs. She said she's moving up the date, so that's super exciting. But if you've ever wanted to really allow yourself to open yourself up, to release anything that's holding you back, or if you're feeling pain around your heart or in any one of your chakras, or just any part of your being that you're like, gosh, I wish I could just have inner peace and let it go and experience a new perspective of life, then I highly recommend you connect with Cece. Because when she hosts this 2-day experience, it's an artistic healing experience. You will be able to come into her space and her presence, and I've been in her presence, it's incredible. And you will actually, whether you've done any art or not is not the point, but she's going to provide all the supplies, the canvas, the paint brushes, and she's going to create this ambiance that is unlike anything you've ever experienced. And you will actually be taken through this journey of healing through artistic expression. And it's gonna be 2 days, Palm Springs. I'll let her share. Oh, look, she's already shared March 30th through the 31st. And so yeah, I highly recommend that you reach out to her. Palm Springs is also a very healing, energetic space. So I just imagine going there, having those 2 days with Cece and an intimate group of people. And yeah, so there's my little shout out for Miss Cece. I'm getting the chills too, Cece. Awesome. I also believe Cece might be coming to Powerhouse. So I'm just like, fingers crossed, because I'd love to have you there. But yeah, you know, this is what it's about. It's about creating experiences, whether they're virtual or in person, bringing people together and creating some magic. And I'm all about what Jesse Itzler talks about, which is creating a life resume. You know, being able to look back on experiences in your life that were totally unforgettable. And I love when he says, like, yeah, because most people, if they say, like, what were you doing in April of this year? It's like, unless you did anything special in April of this year, it's like, I don't even know. So Jesse Itzler talks about creating a life resume so that when you look back on your life, you can say, yeah, I went to Powerhouse and it was an epic experience, and this is what I had with my breakthrough. Or I went to Cece's artistic healing experience, and this was like the most, I'd never even picked up a paintbrush, or I had, but I never allowed myself to be one with the experience and have healing around it, you know? So let's all just be committed moving forward, if we haven't already, to building our life resume. We are only here in this human being experience for a limited time. Why not? Why not make it count? So, all right, I've gone super long today, but I just want to wish you all a very happy Friday. Remember the wise words of my mom, which is, you know what you need to do, you just need to do it. And whatever that one thing is, I would love for you to comment below and just share with me. I want to know what your commitments are, what and by when, and let's make this Friday count. Let's have a magical day, have fun with it, have fun with the journey. Also, if you're interested in Powerhouse, spots are filling up. I would love to connect with you, because imagine us being together in this experience in February and also having these group calls leading up to it. Cece says, unique and creative experience that will allow you to tap into your heart and drop into your body and create with your intuition. Love it. All right, sending you all much love and have a great day. And remember, I'm back on Monday, so weekdays, 9 a.m. Pacific, all the way up until December 22nd. So please share this and join me 9 a.m. Pacific on Monday for a Holiday Daily Chat with Amy. Sending you so much love. Mwah. Bye.